Good evening. Can you hear me? Is it coming through? Can everybody hear me? I know I've had issues before in the past where I am muted. Can you hear me? You can? Yes. Thank you, Bob. All right. Great. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It is a Wednesday night. It is time for Minor League Fights and Insights. I'm excited. This is our last show of the season, based around the season 4 of the Simulation Football League Minor League. It is all done. We have come through the playoffs, the championship. We've gone through the draft. Very excited to have everyone here tonight. I'm very excited to have everyone joining us in the general voice channel over on our Discord. I'm going to pop the little Discord in here. If you have not joined it, feel free to go join it right now. We'll be hopping in there in just a couple of minutes. I am here with good old friend Daniel Wright. Good afternoon or good evening. Good evening to you, Daniel Wright.
Good evening, sure, and good evening to everybody else. It feels like you guys are seeing me almost every day as of late. How's everyone doing today?
Doing good. You're part of day 3 of the long stretch, the marathon day of the draft. So I'm excited to hear, about your experience there. You were recently released, I think yesterday was the Simpod, right? You're part of their show.
Correct. Yeah, yesterday we did the Simpod. They want to talk about a bit of my draft experience, about Tulsa as well, and we just, have a good old time. Talk about my favorite drinks, fun stuff like that.
Very cool. And then you will also be playing a little role in on Saturday. There's Tyler Falk and team is hosting a larger content creator roundtable extravaganza. Probably it's being touted as the largest sort of conglomeration of content creators around the SFL in preparation for the kickoff of this next season 18.
Yeah, I will be part of that as well. I should be live. I should be in good old video, I'm sure, or voice, depending on how they do it. So after that, I'm taking a nice long break.
Yeah, let your voice come back down and nice. Yeah, thank you for I've been under the weather a little bit lately. I appreciate you jumping in and doing some of these things. I actually have oral surgery, scheduled on Friday, which is why I can't take part in the roundtable. My content will be out there, my predictions and things, but thankfully Tyler's been able to work with us and get some of those in. But you'll be representing Minor League Fights and Insights over there, so I appreciate. Thank you so much, sir.
No problem at all. I mean, this is a brand that we made together doing this, and I want to keep it going.
Absolutely, cool. Well, so yeah, we finished the season. The season is done. I'm excited about what's gone on. We had a great championship, an amazing draft. I want to say 88 individuals were drafted onto the 24 different SFL teams. That is a lot of players. That's so 88 out of I want to say around 114, 115 SFLM players, which leaves roughly around 25-ish that sadly were unable to. There were no spots for them in this draft, but that just means they get another season, another off season and season to progress, which is amazing. We'll be coming back to you. We'll talk a little bit more about the future of what's next for this show coming up, but we want to know a little bit about what everybody's experience was like for the draft, for the season itself, how things have been going for you all. So Daniel, we're going to jump over to Discord, which is actually where we're at right now, is a sort of a locked voice channel. We're going to move ourselves over to the general chat right now, which means that whoever's over there will be able to be on air with us. So if you want to mute yourselves, it looks like you guys are already muted, which is great. We'll just Daniel, they are. So yeah, whenever we'll call on you, or if you have something to say and there's nobody's talking, feel free to come off mute and interrupt a little bit. We'll just have a nice little banter going back and forth. So here we go. Hold on to our chairs, Daniel. Let's move on over.
Okay, let's go.
All right, here we are. Can you guys hear us?
Are we live? Woo!
Yes, hear you good. How are y'all doing?
Doing good. I hear Johnny. I hear Derek. I saw Angela's in here. We've got Robert Cherry, Shane Kaufman, and King Rashid. Thanks for joining us tonight, everyone.
Oh, also congratulations to all of you as well.
Yes. You guys are all members of the drafted crew this season, which is great to see. I've got some questions for those that were not drafted, but if there's nobody in here, we might just bypass some of those and just sort of reflect between you and I, Daniel, about some of the questions or the hypotheses around that. Anyway, so we've got some topics, some things that we want to talk about with you all. So let's talk about them. The first one I want to hear from some of you guys is, what is your favorite moments during season 4? Were there any things that stood out to you, looking back at the last 2 months or so, 10 weeks or so that have passed? What stood out to you as one of your favorite moments? Let's see. Angela, let's start with you. Is there a favorite moment for you?
Oh God, put me on the spot.
Absolutely. I know you like to be the.
I'm not good at interviews. That's why I come on and say hi and just have a good time.
Well, so maybe your favorite moments have been really just like having those good times.
Pretty much, yeah. Just kind of the general chat, and just being with all fellow players. The draft was an amazing time to watch. Yeah, just in general, everything day to day, the chat rooms, the locker rooms, like it's just been a great experience.
That is awesome to hear. We love to hear the great experiences. I'm sure Cam's here in the chat, in the Twitch chat. And if there are any other things that you think could be better, his DMs are always open. I'm sure he would totally say that. He's open to hearing all that. Derek, let's go to you. You're probably sitting right next to her on the couch, or?
I was, but then we get a lot of feedback. So
gotcha. Cool.
I can answer Derek for him. His favorite moment was being in my DMs all draft day.
Oh yeah, you better believe it.
Tell me about your favorite moments.
So I would say on the season, I would say all the fun rivalries. I know Johnny and I had a blast with when we had our game and going back and forth.
That's good. Let's hear Johnny's point of view as well. Johnny, did you enjoy that type of rivalry with Derek?
Oh yeah, I loved it. More so than on the field performances, I guess. What I took out of the fourth minor season was the friendships made. I mean, pretty much everybody in this chat. Getting to know everybody and just the fun we have with each other. Stood out more to me than on the field performances.
Yeah. Shane, let's go to you since you're also a Tacoma alum. What is your favorite moments? Were there any certain things that you really want to take away, or that you're like, this is something that is going to be with me for a long time?
Yeah, I gotta agree with Johnny on that. We've been together in that Tacoma locker room for the last 2 years, so I'll definitely take away great experience in that. So, I appreciate getting to know all those guys in that locker room and everyone else in the league. So I'll take away from that.
Awesome. And now, Lottie, you were pretty new to the league. So how does it feel, going through and being drafted and being involved? And I know you've got a lot of things that you're working or sort of looking ahead towards for the future for. What are some of your favorite takeaways that are going to help you can use as like momentum to keep you going forward?
Just to keep getting knowing guys, that's probably been the biggest thing for me. Just with the whole draft process, I been able to talk to so many people, and it's just been cool just talk to guys, and I still talk to them after the draft. So just going forward, just keep talking and getting to know guys. That's the biggest thing for me right now. That's
awesome.
Been the biggest thing so far that I took away from my experience so far.
Very cool. And Robert, tell me about your experience. What have been some of your favorite moments of season 4?
My favorite moments were just getting out there on the field with the team and playing against really competitive teams out there. Yeah, every single game was a new experience for me, and it was really good just facing everyone.
Awesome. And getting those sacks. I know you're racking those up towards the end of the season. And I think you were trying to get one every single game. And I think there were times that was coming true, which is great to see.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved getting those sacks. It was fun.
Getting up and close and personal with those QBs. Travis, tell me about your experience in season 3 here. I'm sorry, season 4 here. What's some favorite moments of yours?
My favorite moment was probably Randy Skirfish breaking the record. A lot of people broke records in the season, and the camaraderie and just everyone just kind of having fun and supporting each other. That's probably my favorite thing.
Cool. And King Rashid, it sounded like in the chat you might have been having technical difficulties. I'm going to bring it to you. Are you able to come off mute? Does your audio work? And would you like to answer what your favorite moments of season 4 are?
Yes, sir. What's going on, Axel?
Awesome.
And the rest of the minors that are pros now. But I mean, my favorite moments, it's been a lot of them. But like Travis Arthur said, the breaking the records, being on a good team, a good team. Just every game and the community. I mean, this stuff is. I'm just speechless, man. I had so much fun this season, and I'm just stoked for the pros.
Yeah, awesome. No, and we are not about 10 days away from kickoff from week 1, and I'm sure each one of you has been hunting around on that the different schedules for your teams to find out when am I going to be playing so and so, when am I going to be playing that team, and just sort of circling. I know Robert, you and I we've circled our week that we play against each other, wanting to see how we do Charleston versus San Diego. So that should be fun. It's been really great to get to know you guys as well. That's been one of my favorite moments of season 4, is just getting to know all of you. So that brings me, unless Daniel, do you have any questions before we jump into the draft experience?
Well, I don't really have much of a question, but I will talk about my favorite experience as well while we're here.
Yes, do it.
And it's just right here. Look at all these people in our chat talking. The community is my favorite experience every time when it comes to the minor leagues. So many people are here talking, having fun, making friends. And that's the main thing about this. And this is what brings me joy, even in the pros, watching minor league plays.
Awesome. And again, I would not have known you if we were not on Tacoma together. Tacoma Buds, Tacoma Bros.
Tacoma Pride.
Yes, we've come a long ways since April, May. So definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I was on the Sim cruise that we do right before games.
I have not done that. It was off and on throughout season 17. But I think we might need to bring that back for season 18 and maybe expand it to others if anybody wants to join the Waffle Club.
I agree with that 100%.
Making waffles pre-game, there's nothing like it, and there's some sort of luck there that seems to come with it. I don't know, or if you do lose, you've just eaten waffles, so it's not that bad. So, all right. So the next question, or the next thing we want to talk about, we want to know about your draft experience. It was a long 3 days, and I'm sure, Derek, you can attest to that. It was a long 3 days. And I know, Daniel, you can attest to that. And I'm sure Cam and everybody that was part of the production and process, and GMs and the front offices. I know for myself, running along and reaching out to people and speculating who could be next and trying to figure all of that out as part of the front office. It is like a hive of busy bees, all sorts of things going on. What was it like on the receiving end, on the player end for you all? Is there any certain person? Let's go, Travis, back to you. What was your draft experience like over this last week?
It was fun. Watching everybody get drafted. Lottie was really cheering. I was really good to see him go early because he's a great character and everything like that. And getting drafted, it was kind of crazy because right when I got drafted, I started talking to the team, and my mom and my brother called me at the same time. I was like, I'm not hanging up on Tulsa, so I called them back. So that's how my draft went. But it was a really good draft. It was a lot of fun.
Good
move.
Very cool. King Rashid, tell us about your experience.
Man, that experience, nail biting, anxious, not knowing. I didn't know what was going to take place, and but I had fun. All the guys in the the green room and everything, we're all talking, and it just was fun, man.
Yeah, That's good to hear. Yeah, thinking back, Daniel, to our draft experience, I was in the green room as well. It was just sort of a surreal experience, and hearing your name called, and I'd never gone through anything like that. Not having much experience in sports, so for me, it was a very new, surreal experience. Was it for you?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, the fact that we were together and we met Miles Gibson in the green room. We met Isaiah King in the green room. These are the first times that we've probably had virtual chats with all these people. And it was just so amazing to be part of it, to cheer them on, to be cheered on, things like that. It was just an amazing experience. And I didn't go round one like some of you, but it was a good time to be a part of it. And even I was there for round one. I was cheering people. I knew I wasn't getting drafted round one, but being there to support others, that was just a fantastic thing. And we'll talk about my draft experience for this one after everybody else.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. Once you got into that green room and once the draft started, it's like everybody's teams, the teams that you were on during the minor league season itself, faded away, and you're all just part of this group of players that all have the same goal, the shared vision of reaching that next level, right? And I think there's just a lot of camaraderie and what is it they say, like bond, these are bonds, and these bonds are happen and take place during stress and tension, and that's exactly what the draft is full of, is a lot of tension and some stress. So definitely. Shane, how about you? What was your draft experience like last week?
Oh man, it was a great experience. It was my second draft. Didn't get drafted last year, came back this year. It was getting a little worried there, waiting, but I was actually happy to fall down to St. Louis. They were one of my top picks. I wanted to go there. Got along with everybody, talking to the GM and stuff. So I was happy about going there. So I mean, I'm super excited, and like I'm happy for everyone else in here. Johnny, 3 years in the minors, finally get it. So I was happy to see that.
Yeah, Johnny, tell us a little bit about what this experience was different, or how this experience was different than previous drafts. Did you come into this with a very different expectation than last draft, or was there tempering of expectations at all?
Oh, for sure. I think there was a different expectation. I mean, every draft I've been involved in was super fun, but this one was a little different, being third season in the minors, like Shane had said, but. It was really fun. I got called, early, obviously, but kind of piggyback on what Daniel said. The green room was, outstanding. To see, a lot of the guys and gals here in this chat, see them face to face. Angela and Derek. I think King Rashid was in there, but to see everybody in there hoping for the same result, it was really fun. So. Obviously, I was glad to get picked, even if it was early. But more so, I was, excited to see everybody else get picked. So
definitely. And you spoke of Derek and Green Room. I feel like they go hand in hand. Derek, did you spend a lot of time in the Green Room this last week?
Oh, I spent a lot of time in that Green Room. It's funny because I remember sitting there day 3. And it was me, Rashid, and McCray in there, and all 3 of us. And then Rashid got drafted, and then he left, and it was just me and Ernest. And then I got drafted, and I was like, "I'm sorry, man." And after I got drafted, the whole night I was sitting there, I was going, "Come on, man, get your name called, get your name called." And I was really happy for him when he got it called finally.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong. Ernest was the one that Cam called out, being, that steadfast green room, sitting, that squatter in there waiting for his turn to be called. It was great to see him actually go. I know Sioux Falls is a great spot for him to land, and he'll do great over there. And I'm sure it was just a matter of waiting for the right time. That's the thing, is like, it's such a, not really a lottery. It's, what is it? Strategic. Such it changes all the time. Every single pick changes everything that flows below it, right? It's I can't think of the right word. Daniel, is there a good word for that?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot with words. Oh, no.
Chaotic. It's tumultuous. Is it? I don't know. Anyways, it gets a chaotic, and it's a fun time, but it can be stressful.
Yeah.
Anyways,
just to lobby a little bit about Ernest. If you actually play back the Twitch and play back when he got picked, you can see everyone on the panel when they smiled, just because it was so good to see that man get picked at that time.
Absolutely. Robert, tell me about your draft experience. What was it like being chosen?
Oh, it was awesome. It was nerve wracking. Finding out when I was gonna go, and then when I finally got the call, I was pumped. I was excited, and hearing my name called, it was awesome. Yeah, it was a really great experience. I wish I could have joined the green room, but I was working at the time, so I was typing on my computer and then looking at my phone at Twitch and going back and forth. My boss probably thought I looked crazy.
That's it. Never mind. It's just a simulation football league draft right now.
Exactly.
Have you told anybody at work what you do or the about the XFL at all, Robert?
Yeah, I've explained it to them, and they're interested.
Cool.
I told them to check it out, and I showed them the website and everything. So I just left it up to them if they wanted to join or not.
Cool. At least they understand. If you look frantic on days that there might be a game or something, and you're like, why is he always looking at his phone?
Yep, pretty much.
Gotcha. Cool. Angela, tell me about your draft experience. You went first round, I believe. Is that right?
Yep, I did go first round. It was fun. It was definitely nerve wracking, like other people have said. Derek and I would be sitting on the couch watching, and it was getting toward that part, and I was getting honestly, I was getting a little sad because like I haven't been chosen yet. What if I don't get chosen? Blah blah blah. And I walked out of the room for a quick second, and I come back, and there was a message on my phone saying that, hey, do you want to come to Mexico City and stuff like that. And then I just got excited and happy again, and not sad anymore.
How did it feel for both Angela and you, Derek, too, to be drafted to the same team? How does that feel? Is that something that you even planned or thought that could even be a possibility?
No, it was never planned. And we'd be happy if we didn't even go to the same team because we talked about it in the past. And we were just, as soon as I found out that he was going to Mexico City, it was really fun. It was like, oh my God, you're actually on the same team with me now.
That'll be pretty fun. I think Daniel or someone was mentioning that we now all have excuses to watch many, many other games than just our own game. Like, I want to be able to see you and Derek out there cleaning shop on the defense for Mexico City. And I'm hoping that you guys will just tone it down when San Diego comes to town. So,
I really, I had no idea I was going to Mexico City until right before the third round started. They contacted me about it, and it made the third round a lot less stressful for me. Let me tell you.
Having like a prospect there, like I think they might still take me.
Yeah.
Cool. Lottie, did I talk to you about this question yet? I'm trying to remember who I've talked to yet.
No, you didn't. But
okay.
The process was pretty cool. Like I had like a long process. Like I started back in like November, so like I pretty much like wrapping up like the last week for the draft. So it was pretty fun. Like I knew I was going like to San Diego because they hit me up like 20 minutes before the draft and was like, "Bro, we're gonna take you with us with the pick." So I was like, "Sure, let's do it." So it wasn't nerve wracking at all for me. I just was just sitting there just waiting for my name to be called. And the green room was so lit. Like we had so much fun in the green room, man. Like all the guys was in there. We just had so much fun, man.
Mm-hmm. That's good to hear. And King Rashid, I can't remember. I think you might be the last one that I haven't talked to you about your draft experience. Is that right? If you are there. All right. Well, it looks like maybe we'll move on then. Okay, cool.
So that's your draft experience, because this is a different draft experience for you this time around.
Sure. I much like many other people, I was reaching out to GMs. I was trying to get to know some different teams. I didn't know exactly what I wanted at the time, and figuring out like how involved I wanted to be and things. Because I was just a couple months in, I think, of the experience, feeling it out and having fun in the minors. Let's see. There were a small handful of other teams that I was interested in. And there was a team that I was sort of focused on wanting to be drafted to, the Sioux Falls Sparrows. I was really wanting to get drafted by them. They were pick number 3 in the draft. And so I'm like, okay, they said they want me, I'm excited about that. The other teams, I'm like, if they don't take me in first round, then no holds barred, everything, feel free. Jacksonville was interested, having great conversations with Mike All at that time. So it's just a matter of who's going to get me first. But I had verbal confirmation, or not verbal, textual confirmation from AJ that they were wanting to take me. So I was excited, and I had a 90% feeling that's where I was going to be going. And so I was picked first round, 3rd pick overall. Was really excited. So like you said, Daniel, I sort of at that time had an inkling of where I would be going, that I would be picked up. And sort of was planning on that. So that was sort of my experience. And I was in the green room, like you said, Daniel, getting to know the people that we've talked to via text in the different Gen chats, or the SFLM Gen chat, or the YouTube streams for our games. But never having a face to the name and actually getting to talk verbally like this, much like we are actually now with all of you guys. We didn't really have that much. There was no real outlet like this back then. So it was in that green room that we were able to have these conversations and just get to know each other more on a personal level, which was really great.
Definitely. And I can tell you, we had different draft experiences, because I didn't know where I was going. I was messaging you all throughout that weekend saying, I might go here, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
But I'll talk a bit about this draft experience, because this is the first time either of us did any analyst work. And boy, was that a journey and a half for me. So as Axel knows, I never told anybody else, but I got like a little sinus infection, so my right ear is currently blocked, so I can't hear anything out of that. So doing that analyst work with that was fun. And then my webcam broke the day of the draft. So 1 o'clock that day, I ran out to get a new webcam.
I'm glad you're able to find one.
Staples. I just went to Staples, picked out whatever I could find, bring it back, hooked it up. Good enough. So with that said and done, a little nervous going into the first draft analyst experience, but it was a great time. Hacker, he's in the chat right now, gave me a few tips right beforehand, which really helped, I must say. And I'm going to give a shout out to someone that's not here, and Frank Bernstein, for doing those mock drafts and those salary caps, because I was looking at them at real time during the whole time. So great work from him. He helped out a lot of draft analysts, I bet. And, I'm happy to do it again in the future, honestly.
Yeah, it seems like with Eddie there too, like there knew that there wasn't going to be any downtime. Like there was just going to be, any blank air would be filled up by Eddie, or he'd be asking you questions or other things. That he's really good at that. I similarly was using on the front office side Frank's spreadsheet to find out and see where people were going and what the breakdown of teams and team needs, and who has D line needs into the 3rd round, into the 4th round, so we know who would be taking those perhaps in front of us, or kicker needs or things. So yeah, it was a frantic, fun, chaotic time. All right. So let's see what the next topic is. Next topic, I want to hear from them. I need to hide that. There we go. So if you did get drafted, which is the majority or all of those that are joining us in the general chat or general voice channel, what is it like now on the other side of, I remember from my own experience, as soon as you're sort of drafted, whether it's minutes to an hour later, all of a sudden you're removed from the minor league role. You no longer have access to the minor league general chat. All of a sudden you no longer have access to your old team chat. Maybe you didn't get a chance to say goodbye to your old teammates. All of a sudden you now have access to this new locker room that you're not too familiar with many of the people. Maybe you've talked, again in DM with 1 or maybe 2 people. What is it like on the other side? What's your experience been like, or what is it like in your new locker room or on your new team? Angela, tell me what it was like during that transition. Angela and Derek together, if you wanted to chat together.
Yeah, so it's awesome. The new locker room is so friendly and like they're very family oriented in Mexico City. So it's just you walk into a big family again. Like it's just amazing so far for me at least.
Yeah, for me it was nice because I immediately went into the locker room where Angela was in it, and both Lockett and Darby both joined me. So I got two teammates, and I have Angela. So it feels like I already have people that I know really well in there. So it's a lot better. It's a lot easy transition for me.
Very cool. That's good to hear. The idea of having some familiar faces, some familiar usernames there beside you, I'm sure helps a little bit. Definitely. Newcomer Israel Adams, thanks for joining us. What was it like for you for your draft? What is it like on the other side of being drafted?
Yeah, hey Axel, thanks for having me. It was great. I had talked to a lot of the people from Portland beforehand, and I kind of knew a lot of those guys. I went with OJ back in Memphis, so when I left immediately, I kind of had a familiar face that I could talk to. I kind of had an inclination that I'd be drafted, so I talked to like a lot of the people from Memphis, and then SFL and minor league chat said bye beforehand. But for me, it was real nice because I kind of knew a couple of those fellows personally after I got drafted.
That's awesome to hear. Those personal connections. It seems like you're being proactive, which is really great to hear. Heading into this, it's especially in preparation for season 5 and the eventual draft at the end or culmination of season 5. I really would love to, and I think we were talking about doing this, Daniel. The idea of putting together like a transition kit or things to think about as you're preparing. To talk about this in week 7, week 8 of the regular season. Like, hey, you're going to be drafted at some point. Get to know the people on the teams as well, and build some of those personal connections. Start chatting and gen chat occasionally here or there, just so it doesn't seem like you're a fish out of water when it does come time, when your time does get called. Let's see, Johnny, tell us about what is it like over in Fort Worth for you?
Oh, it's great in Fort Worth. The experience was awesome. After immediately getting drafted, kind of like you guys have mentioned before, you leave the minors chat pretty much immediately. So I had people sending me screenshots of communication going on there that I could no longer see. But the transition has been great. The locker room's great. It's been really cool so far. So can't wait to see where it goes from here.
Good to know. All right, Lottie, you are a fellow member now of San Diego. Welcome to our team. How's it been for you on the transition side of things?
It's been very, very fun, man. I mean, it's been super exciting. Before the draft, I got to talk to Optimus a lot. So coming into the team, I knew Optimus a little bit. We talked a lot during the process. So I know him coming into the team. I knew a little bit of you coming into the team, but everybody else was pretty much new. But I just came in and this guys have been very active. It's been fun down there. We're super excited for the season. I'm ready for the preseason game tomorrow. So I'm excited, man. Let's do it, Mavericks. Let's do it, man. Let's just do it.
Absolutely. I'm excited to get on the field. We've been, in our team locker room, we've been doing a lot of simming, and so we've been taking some screenshots of some of our players out there, especially ones that are new to the team, whether that's from free agency or draft, and sharing some pictures of you, Lottie, in the midst of catching in a ball in the Mavs jersey and things, as just a way to sort of ground you back to home of this is welcome to your new home kind of thing, which is great to be part of.
Right, man. It's awesome down there as well, man. It's a bunch of a group of great guys, and I already love it down there. So I'm proud to be a Maverick.
Awesome, good to hear. I'm glad. All right, Robert, tell us about what it's like over at Charleston over there.
Oh man, Charleston has been super welcoming, open arms. They gave me an opportunity to be a part of their scouting team, so I'm learning that part of it, and getting to know the players and the coaches. It's been a lot of fun.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm sure, coming from Madison with Jacob already being there, make the transition a little bit easier there. Definitely.
Oh yeah, yeah. Having Jacob there has made it easier. I've been learning from him. I've learned from you as well in scouting, and been able to carry some of that over to the Charleston Predators. It's been a lot of fun.
It's funny. Jacob actually, like, about after the day after he drafted you, he's DM'd me like, "Hey, thanks for teaching Robert how to scout." So, damn it, I'm just kidding. No, it's all good. I love that you guys are learning from all of this, making you guys really valuable to your teams, which is great. And I've got the tutorial out there. For the first part of scouting. I want to be able to finish that in some of our downtime during the off season here, doing the part 2, the analysis part. But anyways, Shane, tell us about what's it like over in St. Louis for you?
Oh man, it's awesome. As soon as I got drafted, those guys reached out, welcomed me. A lot of them, direct messaged me and welcomed me that way, and I got talking with a lot of them. So it was a good experience. And then, my brother getting drafted on the same team with me. So it's been a great experience in that locker room already.
Definitely. That's awesome to hear. Cause yeah, Mark was also on Tacoma as well, right?
Yes. Yeah. So we kind of got lucky there. So it was definitely a surprise. It wasn't nothing talked about. So
Cool.
it worked out perfectly.
That is awesome. I love it when a plan like that comes together. Like somehow it's like kismet and it's meant to be kind of thing. Travis, tell us about what is it like over in Tulsa. I've got a person here, Daniel. Firsthand knowledge of Tulsa. How's it been over there?
Oh, they welcome like everybody. We did a roll call where we got to introduce each other, got to know each other. It's been super fun. We joked about getting jets and flying us out to Tulsa and stuff like that. And contract signing's been fun. It's just been we're really excited for the season, and that's pretty much what happened. And then it's just getting to know each other and stuff like that. That's pretty much what's going on over there.
Awesome, very cool. That's the thing. All of a sudden, your circle of friends, your circle of people just expands like so much more with that team, especially moving from a team, minor league teams usually had between 12 and 14 players, give or take, to now having a team of 23 players. And on top of that, a handful of front office staff, etc. There's just so many people that work behind the scenes and all part of the team, which is great to be able to see just that next larger scale from the minor league to the pros. King Rashid, are you able to come off mute? Are you able to talk? Oh, good. I'm glad. How's your experience been? How's your transition been so far?
I apologize. I got disconnected, you all. But
no worries.
It's been great. Like to camelback off of what Travis was saying, the roll call, the first introduction, and seeing the faces of all my teammates, and I feel like it's a family. Like I feel like I'm related to these guys. I'm like, man, that's my brother right there. Are you my distant cousin? Like it's like we all a family, man. And getting to know everybody, and where they work, and when they're married, kids. I mean, me and Trav, man, we locked in, and Daniel, we about to make something happen this year.
That's exciting. I'm in that camp as well. I'm thinking you guys are going to make a decent turnover and will be well above 500 is my own personal bet. So I'm excited to see what you all do this year. All right. So that sort of sums up that part of your transition, which is great. I want to talk now about, for those of you that have been drafted, which still is everybody that's in the chat there. What are you most excited about? Season 18 is going to be kicking off in 9 or 10 days. What are you excited or hopeful about for season 18? Let's go back to you, King. What are you excited about?
Really right now, man, so much. Really right now is game one. I'm really excited about game one to see how that's going to, just kind of to see the difference from being in the minors to the majors. So right now I'm just excited for game one and seeing everyone that I've been getting to know and everything in the chat, and and excuse me, in the locker room, and then I'm just pumped up for game one, man.
Awesome. And again, as I go through this too, the other question that's on here is, are you on a two-way contract? Are you one of the people who will be returning back in season 5 as a minor league player? Do you know if that's the case for you, King? Or are you straight up pro? And if you don't know, that's okay.
I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
I'm with it either way, because I mean, just to keep them out on the field, and then I don't know if you all know, like my guy is fighting for MS. So I'm locked in with the MS charity, multiple sclerosis. So every time he gets an interception or a pick six, I donate money to the MS Foundation. So
that is awesome.
I mean, so if I'm in the minors doing it, it doesn't matter. I'm just here, man, to try to help and be a positive example.
That's awesome. Great to hear. And
I think he's gonna win Rookie of the Year now, because all the quarterbacks are just gonna throw to him.
Just like, they're willing to donate. They'll just be passing. Johnny, do you have a response to that? Will you be passing donating to charity by passing interceptions?
Come on, Reno.
I don't know if I can top that, to be honest, but I commend everything King said. That's awesome. And with that, I get so many messages of, Johnny, throw my way. I mean, I don't know if I can throw everybody's way, but hopefully it comes out in my favor in the end. But
yeah. And speaking of that too, Johnny, you've got a lot of receiving options now over at Fort Worth, more so than I think they might have had last season as well. It sounds like. What are you excited about or hopeful about in season 18?
Oh, I'm definitely excited to get, first and foremost on the field to kind of see how it plays out. But yeah, I think we, this year with the expanded rosters, we have, 4 wide receivers compared to what I think they had, 2 last year. But so many different options. Defenses are going to have to, throw out different packages to, combat that. But it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Mm-hmm.
But, honestly, more than on the field, I'm also really, intrigued to learn more off the field as well. So I'm kind of, I'm really gung-ho going into the season and see what all I can learn, going forward to help out, the team more so off the field than on the field.
Awesome. And so if you were to, is that with scouting? Is that with learning offensive coordinating or defensive coordinating or anything? Are there certain things that you have sort of specific that you have in mind?
Nothing specifically yet. I'm just kind of, I would like to find my role and see, how that, fits in, in Fort Worth. But, we'll see how it plays out. I just, obviously I have, more I want to do than just, be a quarterback. So we'll see how it plays out, but
Cool.
I don't know specifically yet.
Awesome. If there's anything you need help with, we're here. So let us know. That's why I was asking, if we're to do tutorials or anything over the break or the off season, were there things that you'd have in mind or anything? So if anything comes to mind for anybody in this group or anybody listening or watching right now, let us know if there's any tips or anything that you'd love to learn. We'll take that in consideration and try to make some content for you all to sort of get you to that next level. So cool. All right, Travis, tell us a little bit about what you're excited about in the upcoming season 18.
I'm actually excited for everyone to get their first TD or interception. That's a big moment in everyone's career, is to get their first. And also it's when you try to learn scouting and going back and watching your YouTube videos, that's something I probably won't end up doing. And just cheering everyone on and seeing everyone's rookies go into the playoffs and make a difference and get to the championship. Because I remember when that that safety from Mexico changed the game. I remember that big moment. I want kind of that moment for everyone. Just kind of see where it goes and stuff like that.
Yeah, it reminds me of the hashtag make an impact, right? That you see so often in the things below the scrolling and things on the games and out on the site. That's really what I love. That that is a great mentality and I love that it's community focused. It's about every single player, Travis. So that's great. Commend you on that. Let's see, Shane. What's something you're really excited about for season 18?
Yeah, I'm just excited to get out there. Being in the pros. Don't want to diminish, the minors and all, but I feel like in the pros, it's a lot more put into it. It's definitely a different atmosphere and all. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to playing against everybody in the league, and like I played with Daniel and stuff. Get to go against him now, so
Yeah, that's
that'll
gonna
be
be fun. Trying to guard him.
I'm looking forward to all that. So I'm just waiting. I'm excited. Can't wait for it to get started.
Yeah, good. And Robert Cherry, what are you excited about for season 18?
I'm just excited to get on the field and just move some bodies around and hit some quarterbacks. I
I
actually
noticed.
have the schedule pulled up, and I'm marking down the QB names because I'm having them on my hit list right now.
I can imagine you've got like a cork board. You've got like Johnny Reno's picture on there with the big red X next to him, or things like.
Yeah, exactly.
I noticed you changed from defensive end to defensive tackle. How do you think that's going to play out? Is that something you're really excited about?
I actually am really excited about it. Yes, I'm still in the trenches. That's where I want to be.
Mhm.
But moving into the inside, I think will give me more opportunity to stop the run game, and
Sure.
I want to get more involved in that as well.
Very cool. Did you put on any weight at all, or you're still resting at your current weight?
I put on 20 pounds.
Ooh,
A
went
lot of
to
donuts.
went to the Chinese buffet and had your fill.
Oh, yep.
Cool. Good to hear. Lottie, tell me about what you're excited in season 18.
I'm excited for pretty much the whole season. Just being in the locker room and seeing the goals that some of the guys got. Like I really want to see the guys like reach their goals. Like Gunnar getting his first 1,000-yard season. I know. I mean, I know he'll be excited for that, so I'm excited for him as his teammate. But maybe like a game, I could say probably it'll be week 9. Scar versus Johnny. But that'll be pretty dope. So
Definitely. Very cool. Israel, I don't think I've asked you this question yet. What are you excited about in season 18?
Yeah, man. So much. There's so much that I'm looking forward to. I failed to mention on the last question that over in Portland, I talked with that front office, Nelson, Jacob, Mel, and they were a united front. Recruiting me and talking with me. So I really felt like family coming in there.
Awesome.
And so I'm really looking to see how this team gels. I'm also looking to hook back up with OJ back from Memphis, catching some passes, scoring some touchdowns. Super excited about Mike Savage. I know that was a lot of shock for a lot of people with him coming over to us and moving to tight end. So I'm really looking to see how that works out with tight end Nelson and everyone there. And then also kind of just getting a bigger role. I'm hoping to get into some stats and help out in the league with stats this season. So just being more present in the community and SFL and just seeing all those fire games this season. So Portland's coming for the SFL this season, and so we'll be there.
That is great to hear. Great to hear. Angela and Derek, what are you both really excited about for season 18 that's upcoming?
I guess just getting on the field week 1 and being able to play with Derek. Honestly, on the same team now together. It's gonna be fun to see if we can do a little husband-wife banter, possibly to see who can get either the most interceptions or most tackles, or it'd be fun to little competition with that.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about week 1 against Fort Worth, so I can catch Johnny's first touchdown pass.
Nice little pick 6.
Not gonna happen, brother. Not gonna happen.
I mean, I'm also I'd watched I think 4, maybe 5 seasons of SFL before I joined, and I'm really excited about watching it this year because before that I didn't know names and faces and stuff, and this year I'll have a lot of rookies that I played with or played against that I can see on teams and cheer for, and that's going to be a different experience altogether.
Definitely, being able to pinpoint oh yes, this game is so and so versus so and so, gives you a total different level of investment in these games, which is and now coming from I didn't play in the minor leagues this season, but knowing all of you, I now have like this huge family of players that I want to see doing well across the season so far. So that's really exciting for me. So since none of you are not drafted, we're just going to pull up some of the questions that I had for them. And Daniel, let's just talk through a little bit about maybe some speculation about what's going on or things, what it might be like. Because at least I have access to the SFLM Gen chat. And right now, so like, what is it like in the SFLM? It's pretty quiet over there right now, sadly. Again, but I think this is typical of, there's only 25 players roughly that are remaining. And there's so much planning and preparation and so much activity that's going on in the Gen chat that, I'm excited. The other thing is the player claim and other things have not opened quite yet. We're still about a week and a half away or so, I think, technically from those opening back up and new players being able to come back in and join in the league, in the minor league. But I one of the questions I had was posing was, what would you like to see happen in the off season? Because I want to be able to make sure that these 25 do not feel forgotten, that they do not feel, lack secondary citizens or that kind of thing. And I want to be able to make that whatever they want to see happen. And so that might be something I might make a poll or do something to somehow engage that population more. Because I want to be able to continue to give back to them. And then as we continue to hopefully, draw more and more of these players in as our weeks go on, as we get to be set for the season 5 kickoff, to be able to get people hyped up again and get them engaged and things. Daniel, what are your thoughts so far?
Well, before I get into that, answer that question, I will like to say, if there's anyone watching that hasn't been drafted, don't worry too much about it, because there's still a whole contract process, and then there's progression process. There is still a chance that people can get called up in the middle of a season. You can start playing in the pros. So even though you didn't get drafted, don't lose hope. Come back, keep doing the work. Poor Johnny over here did the work 3 seasons, and he's made it. So everybody can do it, right?
Yeah. If Johnny can do it, everybody can do it.
What I would like to see, and this has been a great first season for us, doing this for the very first time with very little experience on either side of the front when we're doing this. I would like to see maybe more people come in to help, maybe more people on camera with us personally, get their experiences now as they made their move to the pros, have them come back, talk about their experiences and what's the difference between minors and pros and how they can help. Keep giving like that way.
I like that idea. And that actually leads me to, let's see, I had one other question, one other step thing. I wanted to ask them what they're excited about in the upcoming season 5 SFLM season. But that leads me to sort of the final topic that I want to talk about is what's next for the show. Like this season is done with, which is great. It's in the books. You guys are all moving on. It's like the little chicks leaving the nest, go forth and succeed. Grow your wings and spread out your wings and fly. But what's next for the minor league fights and insights? So we're going to sort of pause on the regular weekly show. We're going to have a possible occasional live show here on Twitch. We'll definitely post that in all the different places that you are familiar with us posting when a show is. We'll try to give you a week or more advanced time as well, so you can plan to come and join us. We're also taking some of this time to, evolve the show and figure out what worked well, what do we want to change, be able to spend some time on creating tutorials or creating more content that might be pre-recorded, that it might be a little bit easier for us in different time with other commitments that we're taking on during the regular season, the SFL regular season. To be able to put together content still for everybody. Maybe we'll do it in the premiere style that AJ is starting to do, so you can see it and sort of have live chat contact kind of thing, feel for it as well. Like I said, doing tutorials. So if you have ideas for things that you want to learn more about, what is it like putting together a playbook? What is it like when you're in, how do you use APF and getting started with APFE? Maybe it's how do I practice or sim games? Like, what is that like? So maybe recording, I could do like a screen recording so that it'll talk you through the process of what it is to practice plays over and over again to see how they work out or things. So there's a lot of different opportunities for things. Maybe we could get other people. We did have Steven on here previously talking about stats and what that's like. So you can always rewatch some of those episodes as well. And we really want to start growing the community inside of our Discord, that kind of thing. And then an opportunity for anybody who's maybe maybe watching, maybe there are people in the Discord, people on the voice channel right now. If there's anybody that wants to host the show for an episode or two, or come on as join the panel, we'd love to have you. People that want to be part of, Justin Reside and Derek Meerkat were part of the last month or so or in December, last month or so of the show. They were the guest specialist, and they were able to, take off my shoulder trying to reach out and find players to come onto the show. So they were doing the back and forth logistics and trying to figure out who would be able to join. If you want to be part of that kind of thing, if you want to be part of ideation and coming up with ideas or topics to talk about on the show, we want to welcome you doing that. Anyways, if there's a spot that if you want to give back to the SFLM, this is a great opportunity. Feel free to reach out for ideas of what type of role you might want to play. We can figure things out. So that's sort of where we're at right now. And the plan then, mid-March, roughly, I want to get 3 weeks, 3 shows in before the kickoff of the next season starting up. So mid-March, we'll be back on a weekly schedule. It might not be Wednesday night. It might be Thursday night. It might be Monday night. We'll figure out what's best for the SFLM players at that point. Again, just like we did this last season. Yes, this last season. Daniel, does that sound right? Did I get everything out?
I think you got it all out, actually. I don't think I need to say anything or repeat anything. So I think
cool.
You got it out. We're coming back. As you said, we're having a season 2, guys. Don't worry.
Yep. But yeah, and we'll have some more content in between. We'll just be taking a little bit of a break, just be able to recoup, focus on the regular season of the SFL a little bit here or there. But we want to be able to make sure that we're creating content and getting a good, be able to work on like maybe a better onboarding system for the minor league players when they come on board, or creating, like we were talking about, a transition kit or, tips and tricks for when you're transitioning, all these different things that we have these ideas and goals, but it takes, 6 to 8 hours just to simply put on this hour-long show each week. So that time gets eaten up during the season. So that's put it to good use during the off season and build up some really cool content. And yeah, I'd love to hear from everybody about ideas or thoughts that they might have. So with that, our last little thing, I'm going to remove this little guy, this topic, but really I want to say thank you all, because without you guys, there's no show. There's nothing. I'm just sitting here talking out to the blank ether. So I appreciate everybody's support, everything that you guys have been putting into the SFLM this entire season, the support that people, the various guests, whether that's Cam, Andrew Rastelli, Jacob Clear, Stephen Hacker, everybody that's been part of this, Daniel, Nathaniel Diggs, Shane Kaufman, Johnny Reno, everybody coming out here, everybody part of the Prospect Bowl. That was really a big highlight, I think, of my season, as well as just being able to be part of that. Thank you all. Like, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. Sorry, I'm emotional. It's the end of the season. You guys are great. So
before we leave, I want everybody that's still in the community, in the chat, to come off and give a big shout, because we can't do this without them. So you need to have the last word on this one, I think.
Yes, one at a time. So Angela, any last words from you?
I just want to say, Axel, thank you so much for putting the show on this season. You have done a phenomenal job. It's just so fun to watch it weekly and seeing all the guests that you have on there, all the, the picks that you have and the recaps and stuff. It's just a great time to come on and listen to you guys both talk about it.
Thank you so much. Derek, any last final words from you?
Yeah, I want to say that what you're doing is awesome. I think it really helps the rookies. It helps them get their name out there, and I'm sure it helped plenty of guys get drafted this year. And just want to let you know too for next season. You need any help? I'm here, man.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Israel, any final words from you, sir?
Yeah, Axel, man, thanks for the show. It's been great. I know it's really made the minors a lot more engaging. I'm sure others can vouch for that. And like Derek said, next season, next show, I'd be glad to help out and contribute however I can.
Awesome. Thank you. Johnny, my boy, any final words, any closing as we wrap up the season?
Yeah, I have to piggyback on what they said, but I mean, first and foremost, I appreciate everything you do and Daniel has done. It brings so much awareness to the minors. It's made me be a better, SFL player within the community, and help out people within the minors, and it's been great. And just like everybody else said, if you ever need any help in the future, I'm here. I would love to continue, supporting the minors.
Thank you so much. Awesome. And Lottie, any final words from you, sir?
Man, you guys have done a superb job with the show all season long since I got here. Like after I got here in October, like the first episode and the second episode, and I've been listening like ever since. And it's been great. Like just to come in and listen to what you guys are talking about. Just you guys talk about the games, the players, and just get to know the players and everything like that. I'll still be around the minors as a coach next season, so I'll still be seeing some of you guys around. But like I said, just appreciate you guys for everything you guys done for the season. Like Israel said, it's been super engaging. Like this show has been like made everything super extra, like that much better for the minors.
I love your call out too, Lottie. I heard that you are stepping into, is it a DC role under Mike Gall? Is that right?
Yeah, down in Lincoln. Yeah.
Yeah, the Lincoln. Is it the Rattlesnakes or the Snakes? Rattlesnakes, awesome. And just like Lottie, and I just started out, I was interested in offensive coordinating. Reach out to a team, whether that's your alma mater or someone else, or any and all the teams. Hey, I want to be an assistant, or I want to help scouting. I want to do whatever. Anything in the SFLM is a great opportunity to do that, as well as in the SFL. The SFLM is a great spot to sort of cut your teeth on, try things out, get experience, allow you to, more of a playground than it is, there's a little bit less, the SFL does have, there's so much pressure on trying to win. There's a lot of people involved. SFLM is a little bit more of a smaller pond to try things out in, sort of trial by fire and try things out. So I really, recommend you guys reaching out if you're interested in making some of those steps. It's a little bit easier to get in there, and the teams in the SFLM, as you guys all can attest to, are so much of a family, and you never leave that family. We've got the Tacoma brothers right here. I also feel, super welcomed with Madison as well. So I feel I've got two separate SFLM families. So that's exciting. Robert, any final words from you, sir?
I just want to start and say, I love you guys. I love the show. You guys are very informative. You help out the rookies when you don't have to, and it's amazing. And it's exactly the heart. And I cannot speak enough how much you guys have done and how much you've helped the community, helped this SFLM, and help all the rookies. Thank you.
I appreciate it, definitely. Shane, any final thoughts from you, sir?
Yeah, I just want to say, you and Daniel, it was a great year on the show. When you guys messaged me before you started, we were talking about it, and I told you guys definitely do it. You guys would do a hell of a job, and you definitely did. So, and I appreciate you guys including me, and I was able to help during the show half the year. A lot of personal things happened, so but I just wanted to thank you guys for that. Also, I like to wish everybody else in here, good luck and whatever this league takes you in the season. And if you guys ever need to reach out to people. There's a lot of good people in this league that help you out. So that's what I want to say.
Awesome, appreciate it. And Travis, any final words from you?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank you and Daniel and the show, and like the incredible like SFM season we had, from the All-Star game, from the playoffs, just getting drafted. Just thank you for everything, and I look forward to what y'all bring next season. Good luck, everybody.
Thank you. And finally, last but not least, King Rashid.
Hey, I just want to thank you, Axel. I mean, you did a fantastic job. You, Daniel, and all of you that has put this together, sacrificed every week, faithfully to get us minors to understand the league and, answer questions that we had, and things like that. I've learned so much from your show, and it helped me build confidence and to keep going forward. And I also want to say congratulations to everyone that has gotten drafted. And if there's any minors out there that are listening to this or watching this, most of the people I see in this chat uh, that have got drafted, they were very active in the Gen chat. Very active. You always see them every morning. Good morning, this and the other. I'm quite sure their Discord is always available and open and ready to go. So if you see a team or you want to be involved, reach out, talk to people, get to know who your teammates are, players, be in the locker room, and you'll probably be right here with us. But thank you guys.
Absolutely. I appreciate the call out there of just being active, being yourself, reaching out. There's so much power in just simply saying good morning every single morning. I know you would say great morning, and I know that's something that you would totally like. It's just there's something about it that just brings like this interaction that it's super simple, but it's super effective. It could bring you from 0 to 75% of activity with just simple good morning. So awesome. Great call out. Yeah. So we're not going anywhere. Discord will still be there. We'll be letting you know as things progress. Reach out to us. We'll be doing polls. We'll be wanting to gather feedback. We want to know, is there things that we could do better? Is there things that you want to see next season? Do you want to be part of it? All of that will be over in the Discord. This is not the last thing. We're not hiding away in a cave or anything. You'll see us around. So, Daniel, any final words from you?
I just want to repeat what Cam said in the chat for you, Mr. Axel. Thank you for a great season. Hopefully rookies who watch this season every week who got drafted will pay it forward and help the next class flourish like you did for them. So there you go, sir. That's all I have to say is just follow what Cam just said.
I appreciate that, Cam. I appreciate that, Daniel, for seconding that and all the little up markers. Those are nice. And when I was going through the last words, I wasn't expecting people to just be saying thank you. I wasn't. All of a sudden, I'm like, well, I guess that's what they're doing. I guess that's what they're doing. Anyways, so with that, we're wrapping up a little bit here. It's been a great culmination of such great work, such great people, and honestly, I want to thank every one of you. I can't say it enough. But with that, we'll leave you with some really awesome outro music that people seem to like. So with that, then see you guys out on the field in a week and a half, and or we'll see you in the Discord. All right, talk soon. Bye.
Sure, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.